Welcome to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia! Hey yo, Will!
Now this is a story all about how my...
No, not you, the other Will!
The 1600s. William Penn was an English real estate entrepreneur, philosopher, and founder of the province of Pennsylvania, the English North American colony, and the future Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. He was an early champion of democracy and religious freedom, notable for his good relations and successful treaties with the Lenape Indians. Under his direction, the city of Philadelphia was planned and developed.
Hi, Mr. Penn. I was wondering if I might ask you a few questions about the city of Philadelphia.
Nothing would make me happier. Well, I suppose that without me, there would be no Philadelphia. I do not mean that in a snobbish manner, but the city of Philadelphia was founded by yours truly. Well, there were not many options in England for Quakers like myself. I convinced the king that instead of constantly having to jail all these people from different religions, the king figured it was easier to just send us away, and that is what he did. He gave me a large tract of land and called it Pennsylvania. I think this is still a great city, and I am very proud of it in many ways.
The 1700s.
Benjamin Franklin was one of the founding fathers of the United States, and a leading author, politician, scientist, inventor, civic activist, and diplomat. Although he is most notably known for signing the Declaration of Independence and for his discovery of electricity, he was also responsible for creating the first library, hospital, and university in Philadelphia. Franklin's legacy is ever present in Philadelphia, from the public organizations and establishments he helped found to the present-day institutions and businesses which bear his name.
Hello, my name is Benjamin Franklin. Welcome to Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was dedicated to improving Philadelphia and its citizens. Under my direction, the United States Post Office was established here in the city. I developed the first free subscription library for Philadelphians. Also, I was concerned with the education of our youth. After enough money was raised, I built the Academy of Philadelphia, the first college in Pennsylvania. The college eventually became known as the University of Pennsylvania and developed the first medical school and teaching hospital.
The 1800s.
The Philadelphia Art Museum is among the largest art museums in the United States. The museum's collections comprise of more than 225 objects and houses over 200 galleries spanning over 2,000 years. The Philadelphia Museum of Art has in recent decades become an icon of American culture, thanks to the symbolic role it has played in the Rocky films and 4 out of 5 of its sequels. I am sitting with Christina Yu, who is the coordinator of the Delphi program, and she's going to tell us a bit more about the Philadelphia Art Museum and its relationship with the community. Christina, how has the Art Museum impacted the city, the community, and/or the youth of Philadelphia?
Well, the impact of the Philadelphia Museum of Art on the community of Philadelphia has been very wide and extensive for many, many years. One thing that the museum definitely strives to do is to open its doors to a variety of different people, including students of all ages, from preschool all the way up through college, through graduate school and beyond. We work with thousands of students and teachers every year. We also work with people with disabilities as well as the elderly and a number of other people from the community. one thing that we try to do to impact their lives is to show them the artwork that we have, to really make it accessible for them so that they can explore and learn a little bit more about the world and about the way that people have created artwork throughout time. But we also provide the opportunity for students to create, for people to create their own artwork, to express themselves through art making. So what I do specifically as the coordinator of Delphi Project Foundation programs here at the museum is I work specifically with middle school and high school students. We have an after-school art club program where we have students come to the museum every week. They work with professional artists, they explore the collections, and they create their own artwork inspired by the art they see. And then over the summer we also work with teens where we help them create their own films in order to express themselves and to just have their own voice and to express what they see in their lives.
If you could tell the students of Philadelphia one important thing in terms of the history of the museum, what would you share with them?
Well, one of my favorite aspects of the history of the museum that I love to tell students especially is that the museum was created kind of like a time machine.
The 1900s. Rocky Balboa was a struggling boxer trying to make the big time, working as a debt collector for minimal pay. When heavyweight champion Apollo Creed visited Philadelphia, his managers wanted to set up an exhibition match between Creed and a struggling boxer, touting the fight as a chance for a nobody to become a somebody. The match was supposed to be easily won by Creed, but someone forgot to tell Rocky, who saw this as his only shot at the big time.
Hey, it's the Italian stallion, Philadelphia's own Rocky Balboa.
Yo, Adrian!
Anyways, I've got a few questions for you, Rock. Mind taking a minute or two to answer them?
Of course. Anything for one of my fans. Hit me. Get it? Hit me. I'm a boxer.
All right. How do you think you and your story have impacted the city of Philadelphia?
Well, if anything, my story brought a lot of attention back to the city of Philadelphia. Me as a person, I don't know, if I had much impact on the city. But I feel like my story, resonates with the people of this great city, I was just a meathead, breaking hands for money,
So what is it about your story, then, that you feel really impacted the city of Philadelphia?
Yeah, well, Philly ain't no easy place to live. You gotta be tough to survive, and even that I ain't no guarantee you're gonna make it to tomorrow, I was just breaking hands, picking up shifts at the meatpacking company down on the street, doing a little boxing on the side with my pal Mick, I ain't looking for no trouble, no fame when I get this call. World champion, Apollo Creed, needs a challenger. I say, he wants me? Why? I'm a bum. I'm a nobody. This guy's got charms. He's got the looks, the ladies, the cameras. He wants to fight me, the Italian stallion. I figure, why not? I ain't got nothing to lose. He wanted to be in there to put on a show for the fans, let the millions at home watch him punch a hole through my head. Well, everybody likes an underdog. In the city of Philadelphia, I guess identified with that, I don't talk too much. I ain't too easy on the eyes, but I don't back down from a fight, ever. It's my never quit, never die attitude in the ring that, I feel inspired a lot of people in the city.
What do you feel you've contributed to the youth of Philadelphia?
Well, I can't say I contribute much physically to the city. I went the distance with the champ, and that's great and all, but I didn't make heaps of money that night. But, you can't measure everything in weight. There are things you can't see that mean more to the youth than a new park or a basketball court, If anything, I contributed an attitude to this city and its kids. That's just, you ain't gotta be the biggest muscle or the next Paul Newman, or brains like Einstein. That don't mean you ain't meant to be a nobody. You can do anything you want if you never quit on yourself. Just gotta believe. I want kids to believe that they can make things better for themselves, no matter the color of the skin or whatever neighborhood they grow up in. I just want them to keep always coming forward, making a shot or two along the way or getting knocked down, but, always getting up, coming right back at life.
Thanks, Rock. You're the man.
Yo, Adrian!
Philadelphia International Records is a record label that was founded by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, musicians and producers from Philadelphia. They are known for producing The Sound of Philadelphia and Philly Soul, which is released worldwide. Main artists signed or produced by the label include, but not limited to, Lou Rawls, Patti LaBelle, and the Jackson 5. Philadelphia International Records is the second largest African-American owned record label after Motown. Gamble and Huff have written and produced over 170 gold and platinum records. On March 10, 2008, the team was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mr. Gamble, can you tell me what exactly is the Sound of Philadelphia?
Well, the Philadelphia Sound, or the Sounds of Philadelphia, is a continuation, in my view, of a culture and a music that was here in Philadelphia for many, many years. And my partner and I, Leon Huff, we were able to brand it as the Sound of Philadelphia. It has always been a music industry in Philadelphia, such as Cameo Parkway with Chubby Checker, Swan Records with the Beatles and so forth, whatever. And my partner and I, we were able to gather together a new generation of producers and writers and musicians, and we branded the sound. It was similar to the Motown sound.
How do you think you and Leon Huff contributed to what you coined as the Sound of Philadelphia?
I think that we were a continuation.
Okay.
There was always a record industry in Philadelphia. And as young writers and producers, we were struggling trying to get into the music industry. And once we were able to make a few hit records, and we had a lot of help from a lot of people, like Benny Crass from Crass Brothers was one of our partners at one time. And we were able to start out as independent producers, and we had an independent record company. And I think what we did that was a little bit different from anyone else is that we took the name of Philadelphia and branded it.
Arlen Spector, a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, served as Philadelphia's district attorney and served as senator of Pennsylvania for nearly 30 years. As senator, he worked to increase appropriations for worker safety, health care, and education. Throughout his career, he earned a reputation for his willingness to break from his party in the interest of best serving Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania. The first question I have for you is how has Philadelphia and its citizens influenced, or how did it influence, your politics while you were serving?
When I was a younger lawyer, still a young lawyer, Philadelphia was very, very corrupt, controlled by the Democratic city machine. Philadelphia has a long history for corruption. Lincoln Stephan wrote about it at the turn of the 20th century, corrupt and contented. And Democratic City Committee was accused of influencing the sale of zoning legislation, just as one example. And I had been an assistant district attorney and had prosecuted some big cases on corruption. And I was asked by the Republican Party to run on their ticket. I'd been a lifelong Democrat, and I decided to do that, to try to clean up the city. And the corruption in the city was very, very serious, and that was a motivating factor for me to get into politics and run for district attorney, which started me on my path to the United States Senate.
That's great. That's good. Okay, so you came in to politics to clean up corruption, and that was an issue during your time that you thought was important while you were in politics. What about today's issues? What do you think some of the major issues are facing Philadelphia today?
Well, there are many issues which are facing the city. We have a very serious crime problem. There are grave difficulties with housing and with job opportunities on the economy. But if I had to pick out one to respond to your question, it would be education. The key to the future is education. Both of my parents, for example, were immigrants, and they emphasized that education was the key to the future. If you could become educated and develop skills, you could make a contribution, you could be productive, and you could earn a good living, and you could help society. Our public school system is not succeeding as it should. And you have many charter schools which are coming in to educate. And it's a constant problem of having a sufficient budget, so that when you have so many young people who are pursuing a life of burglaries and robberies, if they
The 2000s.
Senator Vincent Hughes definitely represents the city in which he was born and raised. Had attended Temple University, he believes in education and creating gateways for college to be accessible to all.
We need to know exactly where our students are with respect to how they're achieving. We need to look at these testings, not just testing, but as a measurement. Where are they? How are they learning? How are they progressing? And are the curricula and the standards and the techniques utilized to teach our young people these days, are they working? Are they effective? We spend a lot of money on education, and we want to make sure that the investments that we're making really have the impact that we really want them to have.
So how
The polls show that the jobs and financial security are the #1 concerns of the residents of Pennsylvania. Tens of thousands have lost their jobs in the last quarter of this year. PA Works Now does is a plan that we've unveiled today that creates tens of thousands of jobs, and as Senator Costa has indicated, about 80,000 jobs, and leverage other business investments that will generate real business activity. These are real jobs, and they make real investments in Pennsylvania's economy.
Penny Nixon has served as Associate Superintendent of Schools, Regional Superintendent servicing 32 schools in the Northwest Region, Assistant Regional Superintendent, Principal, Academic Coach, and Teacher. Today she is Chief Academic Officer of the School District of Philadelphia, where she prides herself in promoting an environment of academic excellence and positive school culture.
Well, I was just recently given the title of Chief Academic Officer at this school board. Right now I am working on making our education system a decentralized one. Pride myself for really being an agent for change. Currently a participant in the University of Pennsylvania mid-career doctoral program in educational leadership. This will help the students of Philadelphia majorly for the future. I definitely see the future of the city in the hands of the students here in the school district. This is why I am fighting for the best for them academically. They are the future.
Now can I be a part of the documentary? I've been waiting patiently for mad long and flew in from Bel Air. Of course I've been learning all these cool Philly facts, but can I get a moment? I am from Philly. Fresh Prince.
No, Will, get out of here. Let us quiz the students on what they learned.
Okay, students, take a few minutes to review your notes. We're going to ask you 5 questions about the information you learned in this documentary. All right, so we have a true Philadelphian here. If you could describe Philadelphia in one word, what is the one word you would use? And tell us your name and what part of Philly you're from.
My name's Jason Foote. I'm from North Philadelphia. I think the best word to describe Philadelphia would be lively.
And why would you say that?
It's always something going on, whether it be good or bad. You know, you always could get into something.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you very much.